Hey, what's going on, weavers? Tim here again. And if you've got busy hands, these Chetki are for you. Chetki, in short, originate from Russia and are a small skill toy with religious roots consisting of beads and string. This particular design is based on Around Square's take on the classic Chetki or flipping beads. So Matt has developed this design for the Pozvanok Chetki, apologize if I butchered that, but that word translates to spine, which is what these beads resemble. So Matt hasn't done a full release of these just yet, but when he does, you can check them out on his website. I'll link it down below. And in the meantime, with his permission, we'll be making our own set. These beads are a lot of fun to play with and to hold in your hands. They're not quite like a Beglary, but there are some tricks that do cross over. So if you're into balla songs, Beglary, or skill toys in general, these are just a fun way to keep the hands busy. So let's get right into it. In terms of materials, I'm using Microcord 10mm titanium beads from my MK Ultras and these 8mm wooden beads. So whatever beads you're using, ensure that the inner diameter of the hole is at least 2mm or larger, and smaller beads would make a more nimble Chetki, so you can go with smaller ones or whatever you can find. With my piece of Microcord, I'm going to feed 4 of the titanium beads onto the cord. Get them to the midpoint, and from here I'm going to position the beads like so, and with the right strand, I'm going to pass it through the first bead from the left so that both strands are now on opposite sides of that bead and they're in this formation. Next, we're going to feed a single wooden bead on both of the running ends and slide them down. Then take another titanium bead and feed it onto the left strand. And then before sliding it down, I'm going to bend the cord downwards and then pass the opposite strand through the same bead so that the running ends are coming out of the opposite sides. Pull on the running ends to slide the bead towards the piece. Now we're back to the start. Repeat the process. 1 wooden bead on each of the working ends, bring them down. Then slide a titanium bead onto the left strand, pass the right strand through, going the opposite way and pull it down. Continue this process of making the Chetki, and I'm going to form about 6 3/4 inches or about 17.14 centimeters. And after I've reached that length, I'm going to finish by feeding on a titanium bead on each side. And the final bead goes onto the left strand and then feed the right through. This leaves the final overall length at just a hair over 7 3/4 inches, or about 19.7 centimeters. To finish this off, I'm going to tie a diamond knot. Now this will be hard to see with the black Microcord, so I'm just going to jog through it. And if you're not familiar with the diamond knot, I'll have my dedicated tutorial for that linked. So move the diamond knot to where it's just under the last bead. After the diamond knot, I'm going to tie 3 snake knots. I find using this alternate snake knot method much easier with thin cord like Microcord. With the 3 snake knots tied, I'm going to trim the ends and melt the cords. I'm also going to press the ends together so that they don't come apart. And from there, these Chetki are ready to be flipped with. So tricks are pretty basic with these, but if you search the hashtag #AO2Chetki on Instagram, you'll find some pretty talented players out there that have some serious moves. So I'll do a separate video on some basic trips if you all are interested. A huge thank you to all my Patreon supporters who make videos like this possible. If you want access to exclusive content and the Weavers of Eternity Discord and want to support the channel directly, please feel free to check out my Patreon page. You can join for as little as $3 a month. You can also support the channel by liking the video, commenting, and subscribing. If you enjoyed the content here, please feel free to check out what I have to offer on the rest of my channel.